Okay, now that we have built our drum patterns and that we have added them to the playlist, we can finally add some notes to our song. So, we're going to start off by making a bass line. The bass line is really the backbone of the song, as this is what occupies the lower frequencies the most. Sure, the kick does too, but the kick doesn't have any notes. So, we're going to assign a scale. We're going to choose a scale for the entire song, as this helps maintain a harmony throughout all of the instruments. You can choose any scale you'd like. Personally, I'd recommend that you listen to a few of your favorite songs and figure out where their scales come from. For example, Alan Walker's Faded is in D sharp minor, or Love Yourself by Justin Bieber is in E major. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will be using the G major scale. Each scale has 8 notes in it, and each of those 8 notes are assigned a number based on their position. So the G major scale has the notes G, A, B, C, D, E, and F sharp. G is the first and A is the second. Everything else is subsequent. So now, let's get ourselves a bass from a VSTI. A VSTI, which is a virtual studio instrument, is basically a software that produces sound based on the data that it is given. Most of these VSTIs were found in hardware physical versions before, but have been emulated to be more portable, and to give more options to the user. FL Studio includes many VSTIs, and we can design our own sounds with them. For example, if I open 3 times OSC, which is 3 oscillators, I can choose the type of wave that the oscillator will produce. I could choose the pitch of the song, and I could choose the opening too. I could even adjust the phase and add many effects to it. But as this is a beginner's tutorial, we are going to be working with presets. Presets are basically settings that have already been designed by sound engineers. We can find presets in most of the VSTIs included with FL Studio. For example, if I open Citrus, I will find the VSTIs by right-clicking on the right arrow. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a bass VSTI from this section. Personally, I like one of these basses, like the deep one or the electric one. So let's go ahead and use the deep one. Now, as for chord progressions, as for the progression of the notes, a basic progression would be from 1 to 5 to 3 to 4. Many other progressions are found in songs, but this is the most common one. So with the case of the G major scale, this is going to be G. As you can see, we're going to be playing whole notes for the bass line, because each measure really has to have its own tonic, its own sense, and the melody will complement the bass line. So, the second note, which would be the 5th, would be the D in the case of the D major scale. The third note would be the B, and the final note would be the C. Once we've placed all of our notes, let's take a here. We can see how the bass line is very powerful. It adds a lot of sense to our song. Now, for the bass line, we can also have a separate one for the drop, and the one for the drop will imitate the melody that we'll use in the drop. So all we would have to do in that case is copy paste whatever melody we have written for the lead which will be explained later, and add it to the bass preset for the drop. And this preset, this pattern, is going to be found mostly in the chorus, even in the build-up. So let's go ahead and add it. Sometimes we can also do a transition in the bridge by using the bass line. Now let's hear it with the drums together. See, the chorus is coming together now. All we have left is to add a melody.